May I commence the proceedings, my lord?
Yes.
Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
May I request the Learned Advocate General to give farewell address to the Honble Thiru Justice G.Chandrasekharan.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice and other Honorable Judges of the Madras High Court, Honorable Justice G.Chandrasekharan and family members and friends of Justice Chandrasekharan, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Learned Additional Advocate Generals Tilwalkar Nazaruddin, Veera Kadiravan, Raman Lal, Bhaskaran, Kumaresan, Neelakantan, J. Ravindran and Muthukumar, Learned State Public Prosecutor Thiru Hasan Mohammed Jinnah, Learned State Government Pleader Thiru Edwin Prabhakar, Learned Government Pleader Madurai Thiru P. Tilak Kumar, Learned Government Law Officers of the Tamil Nadu at the Principal Bench and Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, Learned Public Prosecutor of Puducherry Thiru Mohan Das, Learned Government Pleader of Puducherry Thiru Ravi Kumar, Learned Government Law Officers of Puducherry and the Law Officers of the Union of India, Thiru Amal Raj, Chairman of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, Thiru Prabhakaran, Vice Chairman of the Bar Council of India, Thiru Bhaskar, President of the Madras Bar Association, Thiru Mohana Krishnan, President of the Madras High Court Advocates Association, Srimati Louisa Ramesh, President of Women Lawyers Association, Thiru Selvaraj, President of the Law Association and other office bearers of the respective associations, Registrar General Thiru Jyoti Raman, officers and staff of the Registry of the Madras High Court at the principal seat and the bench at Madurai, fellow senior advocates and beloved junior advocates, representatives of the electronic and print media, viewers watching the proceedings online, ladies and gentlemen. Vanakkam and my greetings to all of you. We are assembled here today, being the last working day of this session, to bid farewell to Honorable Justice G.Chandrasekharan, owing to his impending retirement on 30th of May 2024. The aberrant appetite of an unknown person in the distant Wuhan province in China caused this whole planet to suffer what was arguably the worst health epidemic in the last few centuries. However, in every dark cloud, there is a silver lining. As Charles Dickens said in The Tale of Two Cities, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Plowing through the calamities which all of us faced individually and collectively, some nuggets of good things did happen. In the context of this evening, one of those was the elevation of Justice Chandrasekharan in December 2020. I give below a brief background of the learned judge. His Lordship Justice Chandrasekharan was born on 31st of May 1962 to late Thiru Govindarajulu and Thirumathi Sarojini at Srivilliputturu in Virudhunagar district. His Lordship had his early education in Armenian College Higher Secondary School, Madurai, Said Ammal Higher Secondary School, Ramanathapuram, and the Saint Brito Higher Secondary School, Madurai. He later pursued his undergraduation in Bachelor of Business Administration at the Saurashtra College, Madurai, and then completed his law degree at the Government Law College, Madurai. A named reference to these educational institutions is a must, for these temples of learning are what molds one's character. As this farewell address forms part of the records of this great institution, let it be noted that these were the schools and colleges which have shaped a judge of this honorable court. Being a first-generation lawyer, His Lordship enrolled as an advocate on 25/2/1987 and started his law practice under Senior Advocate late Thiru K. Gopalakrishnan of Madurai. His Lordship later joined the office of Senior Advocate B.S. late B.S. Jnanadesikan at Chennai and continued his practice till his appointment as a civil judge on 1/7/1991. He thereafter then served as Civil Judge Junior Division cum Judicial Magistrate First Class at Coimbatore, Musri, Karaikudi, Tiruchirappalli and Namakkal. He then served as the Senior Civil Judge at Chennai, proceeding on to Pollachi, and as Chief Judicial Magistrate at Dindigul. He moved on as Additional District Judge Fast Track Court at Ramanathapuram, Salem, and then as Additional District Judge at Salem and Coimbatore, and finally as Principal District Judge at Kanyakumari District, and ending as Presiding Officer cum Labour Court, Chennai. His last stint was as the Director of the Tamil Nadu State Judicial Academy till his elevation as an Additional Judge of the Madras High Court on 3rd of December 2020. He was made permanent of this judge on 4th of June 2022. His Lordship's elevation epitomizes one of the foremost strengths in the matter of promotion of deserving members of the subordinate judiciary as judges of the High Court. The reason is ex face apparent, as can be seen from the aforesaid narration of the judicial journey of Justice Chandrasekharan. By the time his Lordship entered the portals of this chartered High Court, he had immense experience in conducting civil and criminal matters apart from labor and industrial disputes, as well as a useful stint in the Judicial Academy. All of these postings undoubtedly contributed to his Lordship's being able to easily settle into the post of a judge of the High Court while handling many jurisdictions. His Lordship has always been affable to the members of the bar, and as almost all judges now rightly do, encourage young lawyers to represent themselves in the absence of their seniors. This particular trait of the judges of the High Court would, in the long run, possibly be the best contributor to bring out eloquence and erudition from the junior members of the bar. For the record, it may be stated that your Lordship has, in your stint of less than 4 years, disposed of 6,027 miscellaneous petitions and 11,671 main cases. The cases covered from medical negligence to tenancy laws, from merger of sentences in criminal laws to marital disputes in family law. Some of the commendable decisions in this regard were: 1. Muthulakshmi was a secretary. In this, a hospital was held guilty of medical negligence when it failed to note a patient's condition was worsening under the present treatment. The patient's fundamental right to competent medical treatment was thus held to have been violated, and a special compensation of 15 lakhs was ordered. In Flora Madianza versus GG Hospitals, a party suffered unnecessarily during the process of treatment and consequently suffered a permanent disability owing to improper advice. Special compensation was once again awarded by the learned judge, demonstrating his compassionate nature. In Lalit Kumar versus Pramila Jain, Justice Chandrasekharan interpreted Section 4.2 of the Tamil Nadu Regulation of Rights and Responsibilities of Landlords and Tenants Act 2017 to hold that this provision cannot be interpreted to mean that the landlord can unilaterally dictate the written terms that are to govern the landlord-tenant relationship. In Tangaraj versus State, His Lordship interpreted Section 427 and 428 of the CRPC to hold that when a convict undergoing the term of his sentence is convicted in another offence, the merger of two sentences will take place. In Dr. Maheshwari versus Ramesh Ramaya, a petition filed under 19 of the Hindu Marriage Act, Justice Chandrasekharan held that a divorce obtained abroad by a husband was a nullity, as parties cannot invoke the provisions of the Hindu Marriage Act before foreign courts, in this case, the Superior Court of California. In Kasirajan versus Chennai, Justice Chandrasekhar noted the inapplicability of the Tamil Nadu Building Lease and Rent Control Act to composite leases, and thus held that proceedings initiated by a landlord for eviction were not maintainable. In Hussain Ansar versus Erumalai, Justice Chandrasekhar held that the construction of a first floor in an old property would amount to an act of waste and would be a ground for eviction under section 10(2)(3). Finally, in Raghavan versus Inspector of Police, despite the pendency of a trial wherein the party was an accused, Justice Chandrasekharan permitted the party to travel to US to be with his daughter during her time of delivery on sympathetic and humanitarian grounds. Yet another example of mixing justice with mercy and compassion. I had in another function, while felicitating the Honorable Chief Justice Gangapurwala, mentioned the need for both judges as well as lawyers to not become unidimensional, but to have interest outside the sphere of law, as this helps in cleansing the mind and developing a more rounded personality. I am glad to learn that your Lordship Justice Chandrasekharan shares, among others, the same passion as I do outside of law. I mean cricket. His Lordship was a university cricketer. In lighter vein, I may say that from this evening, you can switch on the TV and watch the games currently happening without the worry of the next day's trials and tribulations. I would have suggested even resuming playing the game, but I would not be bold enough to recommend it, as a brief foray into the ground at Chepauk on January left me quite devastated. Your Lordship will also have a golden opportunity to spend quality time with your family while not compromising on your future pursuits in law or elsewhere. With these remarks, once again, I bid farewell to His Lordship Justice Chandrasekharan on behalf of the entire legal fraternity of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, and wish him good health, prosperity and success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I request the Honorable Thiru Justice G. Chandrasekharan to offer acceptance speech.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, dear brother and sister judges in Principal Bench and in Madurai Bench, Learned Advocate General, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Learned Additional Advocate Generals, Learned Public Prosecutor, Learned Additional Public Prosecutors, Learned Government Advocates, the Chairman and Office Bearers of Bar Association of Tamil Nadu, President, Office Bearers and members of Madras High Court Advocates Association, Madras Bar Association, Vimal Lawyers Association and Law Association, Learned Senior Advocates and Junior Members of the Bar, dear Registrar General and other registrars, judicial officers, my friends and relatives, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and greetings to all. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Justice for organizing the farewell function, which is yet another memorable event in my life. My thanks to the Honorable Advocate General for the nice words said about me. Bear with me for some time. This is a Thanksgiving time for all those who are in one way or other, directly or indirectly, responsible for shaping my life. First in the order comes my father, late V. Govindarajulu, and my mother, V. Sarojini. She is maybe witnessing through video conferencing, I hope. I thank my parents for giving birth to me and for a good upbringing. Starting from a humble background, I reached this position. I hope I made them proud. After finishing degree in Bachelor's of Business Administration with limited option for further studies, I casually applied for BL. Fortunately for me, I got selected. After completing the law degree, I joined the office of my senior advocate, late K. Gopalakrishnan, in Madurai. He was a hard taskmaster. I was with him for 3 years and learned the basics and the intricacies of civil laws and nuances of courtcraft under his tutelage. Then I shifted to Chennai and joined the office of senior advocate, late 3 B.S. Jnanadesigan. I worked under him for 1 year till my appointment as civil judge on 1/7/1991. Sir had a lot of work in city civil courts, small causes courts, high court and administrative tribunals. I had the opportunity to learn various new subjects and expand my knowledge. Both my revered seniors had taught me valuable lessons in professional and personal life and guided me throughout. Though they are not alive today, I record my sincere and deep gratitude to both of them for making me what I am today. Of the scores of people longing to become judges, only a few get the opportunity of becoming judges and performing the divine function of rendering justice. I am one of the few fortunate persons. When the notification for appointment of civil judges was published in 1991, I applied with no great hope. As luck would have it, I was selected. I strongly believe, more than my knowledge, talent, and merit, it is the divine grace, blessings of my seniors and elders that made me a judge. However, I had put in my own little effort. There was no written test conducted then. Candidates were selected based on their performance in the interview. I used to visit Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission premises every day when the interview was going on and inquire with the candidates who finished the interview about the questions asked in the interview. It's a kind of a second interview for them. Based on the questions asked, I prepared for the interview and performed well in the interview, therefore I got selected. But now this is not possible. The members of the recruitment committee found a way to plug this hole. Candidates have no chance of meeting the interviewed candidates now. The exit is one way and entry is one way, exit is another way. Really poor boys. Then my interview board was headed by Justice P.S. Mishra. I record my sincere thanks to him and other members of the board for selecting me. My judicial service started on 1/7/1991. It's a long, strenuous, exacting, yet enjoyable judicial career in district judiciary for 29 years, 5 months and 2 days. Had the opportunity of serving in Coimbatore, Mussoorie, Karaikudi, Trichy, Namakkal, Chennai, Pollachi, Dindikkal, Ramanathapuram, Salem, Kanyakumari district in different capacities and dispose thousands of civil and criminal cases. I always placed myself in the shoes of rival parties and appreciated the case and evidence that helped me in coming to a right decision. My tenure as the director of Tamil Nadu State Judicial Academy from 2016 to 2020 is yet another milestone in my judicial career. With the guidance of President and members of Board of Governors, Tamil Nadu State Judicial Academy, I organized several training programs, state, zonal, and national level conferences. Then patron-chiefs, Chief Justices, Honorable Mr. Justice Chandrasekharan, Honorable Ms. Justice Indira Banerjee, Honorable Ms. Justice Vijay Kamalesh Tagil Ramani, Honorable Mr. Justice Amresh Matap Saki, and the Presidents, Honorable Mr. Justice M. G.Chandrasekharan, Honorable Mr. Justice S. Nagamuthu, Honorable Mr. Justice S. Manikumar, and Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subaya. They guided me and supported all my endeavors. I am duty bound to record my thanks to them. Life is not a bed of roses. It has its dose of trials and tribulations. I had to endure all the good, bad, and ugly side of it to reach this position. There was a stage we 1991 batch civil judges thought that we would retire as district judges, but one person thought otherwise. Then Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Chandrasekharan, decided to elevate district judges from 1991 batch. That's how myself and some of my batchmates became the judges of this prestigious Chartered High Court. Apart from him, the role of Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice R. Bhanumati, Honorable Mr. Justice B. Ramasubramanian, former judges of Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Vijay Kamalesh Thakil Ramani, in elevating us is immeasurable. There were other honorable judges of this court who were instrumental in taking this decision. Then Collegium of this court, Honorable Mr. Justice Vijay Kamalesh Thakil Ramani, Honorable Mr. Justice Vinit Kothari, Honorable Mr. Justice Manikumar, and Collegium of the Honorable Supreme Court consists of Honorable Mr. Justice Sarath Arvind Bobde, Honorable Mr. Justice M. V. Ramana, Honorable Mr. Justice Arun Kumar Mishra have cleared my name. From the bottom of my heart, I record my gratitude and thanks to all of them. I take this opportunity to thank all the staff members who are associated with me from 1/7/1991 till today for their unstinted cooperation in performing my judicial and administrative functions. My thanks also goes to advocates, government advocates, prosecutors, government and police officials for extending their fullest cooperation in discharging my duties. Special thanks to my PAs, S. Lakshmi, G. Divya, S. Malavika, E. Priyadasani, former PA, Mr. Revati Ayammal, PAs at Madurai, S. Sita Lakshmi, P. Sugandhi, P. Meena J. Lakshmi, Court Officer Jayabal, Court Officers at Madurai, P. Kannan, V. Raghupati Raja, my driver Saktivel, Chobdar Saravanan, Chamber Attendant Shyam Kumar, Residential Office Assistant Deepa Meena, Driver Tamilarasan, Chobdar B. Sasidharan, Chamber Attendant Devam, Residential Assistants Muthu Minambike and Silambara Assistant Madurai. My personal security officers, Mr. K. Murugesan, Mr. Ramesh, Mr. R. Chelapandi at Madurai, Guard Police Constables Haricharan, Satish Kumar, Kanagraj, Tangeswaran, and N. Raghupati. Then PW staff Narayanan and Santosh. They all made my official and personal work trouble-free and easy. My former research assistant Phoebe, who has now selected as civil judge, and the present research assistant Kavya have helped me in research work for the preparation of judgments. The Registrar General and other registrars have been very cooperative and professional in dealing with official matters and as troubleshooters. My thanks to all of them. High Court Protocol team headed by Mr. T. N. Dhananjay Rao, Joint Registrar, especially Mr. G. Govindaraj, Assistant Registrar, have been very helpful in taking care of my travel and accommodation arrangements whenever I go out. My sincere thanks to all of them. My sincere thanks to Mr. Selvam, Assistant Registrar, Mr. Sudarsana Permal, Assistant Section Officer, and Mr. S. Murugan, Assistant Section Officer at Madurai Protocol. Mr. A. Kannapin, Officer on Special Duty, had taken best care of medical treatment requests. My thanks to him and his team. On the home front, my wife, Tirumati C. Brunda, stood like a rock behind me through thick and thin and managed the household affairs effectively. But for her, it would have been difficult to survive this long unscathed. Thank you. My son, C. Renik Aravind, daughter C. Ketana, are lovely kids. They came up in their life on their own without much support from me. My daughter-in-law, Kansa Sharma, added happiness in our family. She is another daughter for me and my wife. My children and daughter-in-law are lovable and adorable and source of happiness in our family. Thank you very much for being part of me and love you all. My brothers, sisters, brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, mother-in-law, co-brothers, uncles, aunts, sambandhis are my support system and pillars of my strength. I thank them all for their unconditional love and unwavering support. One piece of advice to junior advocates. As I said already, I started from a humble background. I studied in Tamil medium till my 12th standard, lacking in English language skills. I had experienced all the challenges encountered by a first generation advocate. With the stint of my hard work, resilience, determination, and willingness to learn, I started learning and reached this position. You please have a goal. Decide what you want to become. Maybe you want to become a leading advocate, a judge, or a good position in government, public sector, or private sector undertaking. If you want to become a judge, you can become a civil judge even without entering practice. If you want to become a district judge, you have to have 7 years of practice and should have completed 35 years. I had the opportunity of evaluating the answer sheets of the candidates for the selection of civil judges and district judges. I found many candidates had appeared for the examination even without the minimum amount of preparation. Some years ago, we are not able to select the required number of civil judges for want of meritorious candidates. In a recently held examination for the selection of about 50 district judges, only 6 got selected. It shows a lack of preparation on the part of the candidates. Selection notification comes once in 3 or 4 years. You should not miss the opportunity. Before the next selection comes, you may cross the age limit and lose the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, you have to make best use of it. Chase your dream with passion, dedication, determination, sincerity, hard work, and honesty. One day you will become the one you dreamt of. With the best of ability, knowledge, and judgment at my command, I was able to do a bit towards dispensation of justice. For the past about 33 years as a judge of district judiciary and as a judge of this esteemed High Court, with a sense of satisfaction, pride, and relief, I demit my office. I never hurt anybody intentionally. Maybe due to pressure of work and uncontrollable emotions, I would have done and said something not palatable. I take this opportunity to seek forgiveness from those who got offended by my words and actions. With this, I take leave of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord. May I conclude the proceedings, my lord? National anthem.